Yo, what is happening, guys? And welcome back to the Inspired Action channel. Of course, we're back for another reaction. Not today, we're back for another Ran reaction. But instead of reacting to some of his music, we're going to be doing what we did. I think it was the last time when we reacted to him talk about his music video, Hi Ran. Y'all suggest this to me. This is Ran 1 million subscriber special. Defining success, and this is literally whenever he had 1 million subscribers, he sat down, he talked to the camera, probably thanked a bunch of people and spoke more in depth. And a lot of people said that this was a good video to be able to sit down and watch, to see Ran outside of his music and gain new respect for him. So that's what we're going to do. Remember, if y'all keep wanting to suggest Ran, whether it's music, whether it's sit down talks like this, I'm always open to it. Drop them down below or go to the first link in the description. It'll take you to a place, post them in there. Always let me know what y'all want to see. But yes, before we get into it, as always, hope y'all have an amazing day. If you're not, switch that shit the fuck around. So have an amazing day. Always try and spread positive vibes, entertain, and have fun on this channel, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the fun and the vibes. Now remember, if y'all fuck with the vibe, like, comment, and subscribe. All links up here and down below. You want IRL vlogs content, Undisputed Vlogs, gamer content, Undisputed Gamer. I got Twitch, I got TikTok, I got all this and that. If you want to check that out and see me do more than just react. But yes, Ran 1 million subscriber special. Defining success.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I wrote something that I want to share with you. But first of all, I just want to say how grateful I am. I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a flipping huge milestone. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported my music over the years, whether you're newly on board or have been here for a while. I wanted to say thank you to the YouTube reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal. So
I am part of this community now. I love Red.
Yeah, I wanted to read this passage that I wrote about success. It's too much for me to remember right now, so bear with me. But yeah, success to me means that I have a responsibility that transcends me. If I have a platform where people are paying attention, then I feel like it's my duty to make that count. It's far more important than my aspirations with music and what I could personally gain. There's a saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships. Somehow, by finding success for myself has meant that I can find success for the people around me. And that makes me feel very rich.
That was a really good saying. That was a really good saying. A rising tide lifts all ships. Because obviously he says about whenever you're successful, whenever you have this massive platform, there's a bunch of people watching. You don't necessarily have to be that person that inspires people and gives them a positive mindset and pushes them to the best. You don't have to do that. But there is a lot of people, and Ren is included, that like to use their platform for good and promote positivity and just, cheer people on, basically. And Ren wants to do that. And that said right there, a rising tide lifts all ships, is you can bring yourself up. It's like people always say it's lonely at the top or it's successful, it's lonely at the top. You can bring yourself up, but you can also bring people up with you. Instead of just going by yourself, you can bring people up with you. You can use your platform to inspire, motivate other people, give them a platform when they deserve it. If they're trying to make it and you think they have talent and you think they're the right person that should be given success and given that chance, you have that opportunity to give it to them. And that's one of the things about having such a big platform. You do have the stress of who you give a platform to, but you also have the opportunity to give it to the right people and to motivate people and help them, and they will look up to you and lead by your example, and you have the right to do what you believe is the right thing for them and for you. So I like that.
I'm in a very strange position right now where I owe much of my success to the most destructive force in my life, which has been the turbulence of my physical and mental illness.
Yep.
The thing that has by far brought me the most pain has been a source of constant inspiration, which ironically led to creations which brought me the most joy. Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else in the dark justifies my own pain. And I desperately needed that to be justified. There are a lot of people alive today who live in the dark. It's a place that I'm very familiar with. In the peak of my health problems, I was severely underweight. All my meals had to be restricted and blended, and I was so tired that I couldn't participate in life. I couldn't socialize, I couldn't watch films, I couldn't read. My bones constantly hurt. Even standing in the shower was excruciating and exhausting. And this went on for years, with no answers. Nobody could have ever convinced me during that time that my pain and suffering would be a source for something good, because it felt insidious. Nobody could have ever convinced me that something constructive can come from hurting every day. But I'm here to tell you that if you are hurting every day, don't be afraid. One thing I know to be a certain, to be a constant law of the universe, is that life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and life is cruel.
Yep.
Dancing inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever. Whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are.
That was very well said. The way obviously he talks about is it Lyme disease? You just keep telling me. I'm very bad with remembering names. I think it's Lyme disease. You just told me. And it's obviously he was in severe pain. Even getting up to go to the shower, standing in the shower was excruciating pain. He couldn't watch movies. He couldn't socialize. He lost a lot of his life. He lost a lot of his social life and a lot of his young years that he should have been going out, going to the cinema, going bowling and all with friends, just going out having a good time with friends. He lost a lot of that because of that, and he was in pain all the time. And I like the way he said there. He goes, during that whole time, no one could have convinced me that it would have gotten better, that that would have been the source of something good. No one. But at that time, you couldn't. But now I understand because he said life's inconsistent, because it is. Life is inconsistent. You could be completely healthy one day, and then the next day, you're the opposite, or you could go to sleep completely healthy, feeling the best you ever felt, and just for some reason not wake up the next day. It is a scary thing. You could be going through severe pain, and then all of a sudden the pain stops. You could be having a whole negative life, nothing, anything's going to go right. Ren has all those things going, and then all of a sudden he realizes that all that pain that he's going through in some sort of way is worth it because he's able to inspire other people, and there is a good source. There's always a positive and a negative, even when it doesn't seem like there is. I believe that somewhere deep down there's always a positive and negative, and that was his positive, which was he didn't understand it then, but now he understands. Okay, I wish I didn't have to go through that, but I went through that, and this positive thing came out of it, where now I understand that I'm tougher than I thought I was. The dark days aren't always the dark days. You can make it through them. I can inspire people. I have a platform. I can do this. Ren is one of those people. He was the right person to make famous. He was the right person to have a platform. There's a lot of people who have a platform, shouldn't have a fucking platform. Ren is one of those people, same as NF. He got given a platform. He earned his platform because he deserves his platform, and that is it. Let me wind it back a little bit just in case.
Is that
227.
life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and
It's
life is
beautiful and
cruel.
hideous. It can be amazing. It can be
Dancing
terrible.
inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever. Whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are. You won't hurt forever. You don't know yet whether or not your pain conceals gold. It definitely conceals wisdom, and it's definitely a catalyst for filling you with empathy. So stand strong, my friends, and don't let the darkness consume you, because once you know the dark and become intimate with it, you become very capable of wielding the light. You could
Very
be
well said.
instrumental for changing this world for the better. There's nothing humble about shrinking or doubting yourself because you are large. You can be ferocious and you could be magnificent. For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better. For the people living in the light, who have either stepped out of their shadow or have never had to walk beside it, it's your responsibility to put out untainted love. Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves. So we really must consider that if we're going to step into a bright future. As humans, we have an incredible potential, and it would be a shame to throw it away. So community, humanity, and changing our relationship with the natural world so it leans more towards homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go.
Yep.
You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards, and the anger will pass.
I 100% agree with that. Basically, to say it in simple terms, if you're angry at someone, if you're holding a grudge towards someone, step back, understand why you're holding a grudge, let yourself feel the anger or the disappointment that you feel, let yourself feel it, and then let it go. Now, it's not that easy. But to put it in simple terms of what he was saying, that's what you have to do. Because at the end of the day, it's like we've all been wronged by people. We've all done things that's hurt people, and we've all had people that's hurt us. Whether you've meant to hurt people or not, you've done it. Everybody's done it. We're all humans. We've had people they've backstabbed us, done all this. I've had many people who've, you know, done me over, stabbed me in the back, and I held a grudge for a long, long, long time. And I hated them. And when I say I hated them, I meant like I had a lot of hatred to the point where like I wanted to hurt them. And that was like teenage me. I wanted to hurt them. I had a lot of hatred. Then I grew older and I realized, you know what? They done me dirty. Me hating them and me forgiving them, there's no difference in what they've done. That's not going to take back and reverse what they've done. The only thing that I'm in control of is how I react to it. I remember the saying, life is 90%, no, life is 10% what happens and 90% how you react to it. I could sit here and I could hold a grudge. Whether I hold a grudge or whether I leave it alone doesn't change the fact that it happened. But if I hold a grudge, I'm going to have this hatred inside of myself and it's going to hold me back because I'm annoyed with them. If I let it go and I trust that, you know what, they'll wise up, then I will be able to move on. I believe in karma. I believe, you know what, everyone deserves their karma when they do something bad and hopefully it wises them up and they mature and become a better person. I believe, you know what, you've done me wrong. Screw you. Screw you for doing that. But I forgive you. Do you know what? The clean slate. I'm not going to be best friends with you again, but I don't hate you. And if karma deals with them, cool. And I will not hold myself back. So exactly what Rand said there. Sorry for rambling on, but exactly what Rand said there. If you have a grudge or you have hatred towards someone, it's not easy. But try to just let yourself understand why you feel it and then let it go. Because holding a grudge is only holding you back. Because that person wants you to hold the grudge. That person wants you to be angry and hold yourself back because they hurt you in the first place. Do not hold yourself back for something that someone else has done. So let go of it, and that is it, and move on. It's not easy, but anything worth doing is never easy.
Must be a priority. Priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards and the anger will pass.
Yep.
We have a decision in every interaction to tilt the world towards heaven or hell, towards Jannah or Jahannam, utopia or dystopia, and some people's ideas of heaven will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect.
Yep.
Tapestries are made beautiful because of the variety in the sum of their parts. Thank you to 1 million people inside this rich tapestry for the opportunity for me to try and spread my own vision of what I believe to be good. And thank you for justifying my pain. Thank you. I love you.
Very well said. Very well said. Yeah, I'm not going to keep you much longer. Simple as Rand said it perfectly there. Everything he said, I 100% agree with. He's the right person you give the platform to. You give the platform to the right person who's actually going to do something. He's been through some dark days, but he even understands, you know what, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes the tunnel may be longer than other people's, but there's always light at the end of it. And I like that. Well said, Rand. Like I say, keep suggesting them and I'll keep reacting, whether it's music, whether it's just talking, it don't matter. I know there's like a couple of interviews people suggesting. I'm going to get around to them and I'm also going to react to The Hunger and I'm going to go down his catalogue. But yes, as always, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all think positive. Hope you all have an amazing day. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace. Fearless.